Prime Minister, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, for me to welcome you and your delegation to the official visit to Switzerland. Dear Prime Minister, enjoy excellent and long-lasting bilateral relations. We celebrated the 80th anniversary. I am very glad to read you.
Dear Mrs. Prime Minister, dear Mr. President, it's a great honor and my pleasure to address you first a warm welcome to that press meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have the opportunity to address to Mr. President, to Mrs. Prime Minister some questions after the presentation of two statements. First, I will give the floor to Mr. President and then to Mrs. Prime Minister. So, Mr. President, you have the floor.
Thank you. Dear Prime Minister, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, first, please allow me to wish you again a very warm welcome here in Switzerland. It really is an honor and a pleasure for us to have this exchange and the context of your first official visit to Switzerland. Thailand and Switzerland entertain excellent bilateral relations in many fields. During our meeting, we discussed various topics such as economic relations and trade, education, research and development cooperation. As well, we had an exchange on international and security issues and our cooperation in international fora. I am glad to mention that we reached a common understanding regarding our trade relations. We just agreed in principle to resume the negotiations for a free trade agreement between EFTA and Thailand in the view to conclude such an agreement. Thailand has a strong and dynamic economy. I think it's in both our interest to develop our trade ties for the benefit for both our countries and citizens. An EFTA-Thailand free trade agreement is therefore a logical step, and we look forward to promoting the process in this regard. Today's high-level visit shows the willingness on both sides to deepen and expand our already excellent bilateral relations. I'm certain that we will have opportunities to follow up on this visit in the future. In order to address the Swiss audience, I will now continue in German. Ich kann vielleicht einfach sagen, dass wir ein gutes Gespräch geführt haben. Es liegt in der Politik des Bundesrates, die Wirtschaftsbeziehungen und bilateralen Beziehungen in Asien und Südostasien weiter zu verstärken. Thailand ist ein wichtiger Partner für die Schweiz und die Weichen sind sozusagen gestellt für die Verstärkung und den Ausbau dieser bilateralen Beziehungen, nicht nur, aber auch im Bereich des Handels, des Freihandels, und ein Freihandelsabkommen zwischen den EFTA-Staaten und Thailand ist der nächste große Schritt, den wir jetzt planen.
Just for the Swiss audience also, I'd like to summarize that we had an excellent conversation indeed. It is indeed within the remit and the policy of the Federal Council to make sure that we foster and strengthen relationships, not only economic but also political relationships to the countries in Asia and Southeast Asia. Indeed, trade is Thailand is an important country for Switzerland in that regard, and today we make sure that we set the tack for our economic and political relationship in the future, particularly with regard to fostering the EFTA free trade agreement with Thailand.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mrs. Prime Minister, you have the floor.
Thank you. Your Excellencies, President Uli Mauler, Excellencies, member of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to pay an official visit to the Swiss Confederations. May I take these opportunities to express my sincere appreciation to Mr. President for the warm hospitalities extended to me and my delegations. 2 years ago, we celebrated the 80th anniversary of the establishment of the Thai-Swiss diplomatic relations, which has remained close and friendly. Switzerland is well known to many Thais, as the place where His Majesty the King spent his early years, including as a student in Lausanne. Today, the President and I exchanged views on the number of important issues with the objective of advancing our partnership to a new level. On the economic front, I am pleased to inform you that Thailand is in the final stage of completing the internal process with regard to the negotiation framework for a free trade agreement (FTA) with the European Free Trade Association (EFTA), of which Switzerland is a leading member. The Thai Parliament is expected to conclude this issue in the coming weeks. Switzerland is currently Thailand's biggest trading partner in Europe. The FTA will further promote Thai-Swiss economic relations and increase our trade and investment in the year ahead. It will also bring about easier access for Switzerland to the ASEAN communities that will be realized in the year 2015. Investment in national and regional connectivity projects will Thailand the regional logistic hub that can serve as the gateway to the ASEAN region for Swiss companies. President and I also discussed enhancing technical cooperation in areas of the mutual interest, such as tourism and SME management, and also the educations. On global issues, we discussed matters of common concern, such as illegal immigration and various threats to human security, as well as ways to address them through closer cooperation. To tackle these concerns, we agreed to enhance our cooperation in international organizations and regional frameworks such as the United Nations and the Asia-Europe meeting or ASEM. In addition, we reconfirm mutual support for our candidature to the Human Rights Council. Finally, with a view of forging closer Thai-Swiss partnership, I look forward to an official visit to Thailand by the President of the Swiss Confederation in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Prime Minister. Now we have a couple of minutes to take some questions from the audience. I would also encourage the Swiss journalists to address their questions in English if possible, so we could be efficient and conclude that press meeting in some minutes to go on with the program. Who would like to address the first question? Is there any question? Please.
Asking Madam Prime Minister, after you attend at the Swiss-Thai Business Forum at Zurich and after talk to Mr. President, what is your expectation for further cooperation between Thai government and the government of Switzerland? Thank you.
Thank you. I think first of all, when I attend the business forum, we feel close together between private sectors of our two countries. So I think this is the good chance that we have the matching of the business that Thailand brought about close to 60 private sectors company through here. And also we have a chance to give the information from Thailand that how we commit to Swiss investor. And also the meeting here, the bilateral here, very fruitful meetings, since we have very long relations about 80 years ago. And we find out that the relationship with our two countries also very strong. And the commitment that both countries agree together that we will try to work together to increase the number of the trading and investment together. And also we agree that the EFTA the free trade from Thailand to EFTA will be the important to mechanism to drive the increase of the number of the investment and the trading for two countries. So we both agree that we will try really hard and best effort to complete this as soon as possible.
Thank you, Mrs. Prime Minister. Is there a second question? It was all clear. So, yes, please.
David Kuhn, Schweizerische Debattienagentur. Herr Bundespräsident, I have to ask in English, I guess, about you were talking about the EFTA upcoming that you have had talks about. I wonder whether you could make any mention any crucial points that have been resolved in your talks to go on further in this, in order to sign finally a treaty with Thai. Thank you.
Mr. President,
Ja, kannst du schnell sagen?
das Resultat von den Diskussionen zum EFTA-Agreement, wenn wir etwas dazu sagen können.
Da müsste jetzt Herr Schneider-Ammann hier sein, weil ich kenne die Voraussetzungen nicht genau, aber wir fahren eigentlich dort fort, wo wir vor Jahren angefangen haben, nehmen das wieder auf und wir haben damals mit der EFTA diese Verhandlungen aufgenommen und es macht auch Sinn, sie so zu Ende zu führen, wobei die Schweiz natürlich zweifellos ein sehr wichtiger Partner ist innerhalb dieser EFTA.
I'd have to refer you to my colleague, Minister of the Economy, Schneider-Ammann, to talk about the preconditions for that. But definitely what I can say is that we want to continue what we already started years ago. Indeed, Switzerland is an important member in EFTA, and we hope to conclude with the agreement soon.
Thank you. Mrs. Prime Minister, would you like to add something? Or?
Yeah. I think just adding with the Mr. President that the benefit of the FTA between Thailand and EFTA, and as we see that very important because the lead of the EFTA is Switzerland, and also the benefit that both countries and especially for the investor will get about the reduce of the some of the support of the reduce of the tax of the and also the investment. So that will be great opportunities, especially Thailand can be invest in Switzerland more, and also the Switzerland can invest in Thailand more. And also with the negotiation of the FTA, it will be the floor to work together on reduce of the obstacle and some of the mechanism that we think that it will be the barrier. So we think that after we finish that, so we believe and strongly believe that the number of the investment of the two countries will be increased.
Thank you. Is there a last question? No. So we'll close here the press meeting, and I thank you for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you.